Featured Stevenson, was diagnosed with stage 4 head and neck cancer on July 24th, 2006. His best chance for survival at the time utilized a newly approved, yet very brutal treatment. 100 days of 11 chemo treatments, three of those, which lasted 5 days, and 35 additional radiation treatments, proved to be more than just a lesson in endurance. Motivational speaker following the experience, Rick shares his talk entitled Time is Hope in countless settings and countless groups. He volunteers as a member of the steering committee for a new cancer support group, Sidekicks, which is also sponsored by Wellstar Health System. He took on the battle with cancer, defeated what looked like insurmountable odds, and personifies hope. His wife sums it up with his fortitude, strength, endurance, and his giving spirit to encourage others to face cancer as he does, one day at a time. Join me in welcoming Rick Bowman to the podium.
Well, good evening, everyone. Thank you to the American Cancer Society and Swordsman's Ball for letting me share my message. That were brutal. I did a phantom itch where my chemo port used to be, due to the fact that, looking back, I probably should have spent a little bit more time when my oncologist from Northwest Georgia, Dr. Miller, kept repeating that word brutal, brutal to me. Was that using today's terms, is that a 12-font brutal, or is that a 72-font bold, italicized, and underlined brutal? Because it was definitely the latter. As you heard, 4 years ago, I had one of those moments where time stands still. And for me, I had no idea. I had just finished up with the Wellstar Cardiovascular Group, and everything was great, everything was wonderful, and except I was having a little trouble with my hearing, and they recommended I see a ENT named Dr. Parks from Wellstar. Now, I don't know how many of you know Dr. Parks, but as I told Congressman Price, you can get a bill through Congress faster than you can get an appointment with Dr. Parks. But Matt, for some unknown reason, that day when we called, he had just had a cancellation, and I was able to get an appointment. The next thing I know, I'm in the offices at Northwest Georgia Oncology, and time literally started to come to a standstill. Everybody was talking around me, explaining where all the different tumors were throughout my head, how I had bony erosions in my skull, tumors in my neck, and it had spread to my lymph nodes and my upper chest. And I'm sitting there thinking, how did I go from a little bit of hearing trouble to this? And for me, I remember I looked at the clock, and I remember exactly what time it was as they were finishing, telling me everything that was going to have to be done in order to save my life. And as I looked at that clock, I knew right then and there that in order to save my life, I literally was going to war with my own body. And that's when, for me, time and hope became one and the same. Because for all of us as cancer patients, time responds to everything. It's not just how long you may survive. Time relates to everything you do. Your next test, your next office visit, your next treatment. And in all of those, you ride the roller coaster of emotion of hope. Because you're counting and wondering what's going to occur each and every time you follow up at an office. And survival for a lot of people has a lot of different meanings. It may be I survived 3 years when no one gave me 6 months. It could be you survived when nobody gave you any hope. It's difficult for every cancer patient because each of us has a unique story and a unique situation, and you can't wrap them all up in one. But we all have the emotion of hope. And hope is a very powerful emotion. And not just for the cancer patient, but also for the caregiver. And in my opinion, I really think maybe the caregiver has the toughest time in the treatment. Because for the caregiver, you just have to watch. You're the one who has to sit there and wonder, do I console? Do I encourage? Do I celebrate? And that's very difficult because you're watching all the changes the person you're with go through. How your body changes, the emotions that change in that individual, all the different tests. You run that roller coaster. And for myself, to every caregiver in this room, and especially my wife Esther, I tell you thank you, because I think you have the most difficult job there is when it comes to treatment, because you just have to watch. Now, Jason put me on a tight schedule. I possibly think the only reason he really picked me is because I'm known to be concise and to the point with my presentations. I know everybody wants to stand up here. But I told him if he tried to pull me off the stage too early, for those who know about it, I was going to go Jim Galvano on him like he did at the ESPYs. But in all seriousness, you know, I'm going to conclude really my talk and concise it into really we're talking about the 3 rings of fun, and leave you with 3 thoughts to contemplate tonight. And the first one is, when you need to make a tough decision, make it in a cemetery. You'll be amazed how clear your vision is. Just sit in the cemetery one day, and that decision you have to make, it won't seem so difficult. Trust me, it's not. Now, we all know what cancer can do. Everybody's always talking about what cancer can do. But in the second ring, we need to remember what cancer cannot do and why cancer is so limited. Now, I'm going to need my glasses because I don't want to forget this. What cancer cannot do. Cancer cannot cripple love. Cancer cannot shatter hope, corrode faith, destroy peace, kill friendship, suppress memories, silence courage, invade the soul, steal eternal life, or cancer definitely cannot conquer the spirit. I'll leave you with this thought, is to always remember, none of us, no one is promised tomorrow. We all have the hope of tomorrow, and we plan for tomorrow. Life is not how many breaths you take, but how many moments take your breath away. Thank you.